friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. If you are new to the channel, every single week I post a new pick a card reading based on your votes. So if that is something that you are interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. This week we are looking at messages from your future spouse, and we have 3 piles available. Pile number 1 is the Lover's card with Gomez and Morticia Addams. Pile number 2 is the Prince Philip and Aurora or Briar Rose or Sleeping Beauty Lover's card, and that is from the Fairy Tale Tarot. And pile number 3 is going to be the Lover's card from the Seer's tarot deck. So pause the video if you need to, ask yourself which pile or maybe piles have a message for you, and let's talk about what you can expect in this reading. For this reading, we are going to kick off by looking at your current energy. So you, my viewer, what's currently going on with you, whether it's your love life, general, what's going on, that is going to help you determine if you have picked the right pile for you. Then we're going to look at who is your future spouse. So what is their soul like? What is their personality like? What's going on with them? We're then going to look at the vibe of their message. So what is the overall energy they're sending you at this time? We're going to move into what they want you to know about their life right now. So what is something that they're currently going through? What is their current energy? We are also going to look at how they already feel connected to you. So their sense of you at this point in time, and this could be if this is a future spouse that you have not met, or if this is somebody that you already know, that should give you some additional information as to what type of connection they're feeling at this time. We're going to look at what you're both working on before union. So what is the growth that you are both working on at this time to prepare for union? Then we're going to look at the kind of partner that your future spouse is going to be for you. We're going to move into what they're most excited about experiencing with you. So a dream that they have for your relationship. We're going to look at the energy they'll bring into your life. So how will their presence change or uplift you? And we are going to then move into the message that they want most for you at this time. What is the message that they want to send to you, the main message, if you will? So this is kind of the heart of their love letter. Then we're going to look at the blessing of your union. What will your life together be like? And then we're going to close the reading out with some oracle messages about you, about the relationship, and some for just you. So we're going to see what is there. We have some pre-shuffled. So I will be shuffling on camera for this. For pile number 1, I am going to be using the Unfolding Tarot because the Gomez and Morticia Addams comes from a Majors Arcana only deck. For pile number 2, I am going to use the Fairy Tale Tarot, which is where this card belongs from. And pile number 3 is going to receive the Seer's Tarot. So if this sounds like something you are interested in, stick around. We are about to get started. If this is where you leave me, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you come back soon. All right, let's jump in. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Lover's card with Gomez and Morticia Addams on there. So I'm going to place that right over there. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning, which is going to tell you exactly what is going to be covered in this reading and in the format it will be covered in. So I highly suggest that you check that out because it's going to tell you everything that you need to know to figure out if this is the right reading for you. So again, that is timestamped below. To get started, we are going to look at your current energy, and this is to help you determine if this is the right pile for you. And then we're going to look at who your future spouse is before we get into the messages. So let's take a look here. Pile number 1. So we have the Garden in the Gate. Okay. Appreciation. Okay. and action. Okay. So, pile number one, as far as your current energy, I would say that you are in a place where you are in a cycle of abundance. This does feel like everything you've been working hard for is at this point in time paying off. So, this is really coming across as whatever it is that you've been manifesting, whatever it is that you've been putting time and energy into, especially if it's something like projects, schooling, career, finances, something along those lines. It feels like things are really working for you and you are seeing the fruits of your labor. This also feels like you are in a time where there's a lot going on and you're probably very, very busy at this time where it feels like things are just moving, right? The right opportunities are showing up. And in addition to the right opportunities, you're kind of busy. I do think that when it comes to your love life, there is still something that you're still trying to manifest. But I think in other areas of your life, things are looking pretty positive. And I think that is starting to spill into your love life. I also think that this is a group where you're probably in a cycle of gratitude as well. Like you're so grateful for what you have, or you're trying to practice gratitude. There's a lot of faith, there's a lot of optimism here for this group where it feels like even if you're not exactly where you want to be in all areas of your life, you are in a place where it feels very grounded and also very intentional about where you are spending your time and energy into. And I do think that there's a lot that you are seeing manifesting in your day to day life. As far as like things that you have been trying to manifest, it feels like a lot of those things are coming together for you. And it feels very intentional that those things are coming together for you in the sense of you've been doing the work, you've been really investing in yourself through your actions and through your manifestations. But this feels like an overall very abundant time for my pile number ones, even though I do think there are, for some of you, there are things that still have yet to manifest in the way that you desire. At the very least, it feels like you know that you are headed in the right direction, that you know that the things that you want are either on their way to you or you are on your way to them, in the sense of you are very determined and you're doing the thing. For some of my pile number ones, there's also a new spirit guide or some sort of spiritual helper that has stepped in, and this energy is really helping you manifest all that you desire, and it's helping you get to where you want to be. So this could be a spirit guide, this could be a spirit animal, this could be a deeper connection to higher self, but there is some sort of connection here. And I think you're in a place, pile number one, where you are asking for what you want and desire in a way that feels very confident, and that feels like you are no longer, almost like no longer taking no for an answer. And I do think that other relationships are thriving at this point in time for my pile number ones. That's absolutely coming through. Some of you could have recently undergone a Saturn return. That's coming through. For some of you, your Saturn is being activated in your natal chart at this time. This could also be your North Node being activated in your natal chart at this time. So there is a flow of abundance. Maybe even your Jupiter is being activated at this time. But yeah, let's take a look at who your future spouse is so that we can get into the messages. So, for your future spouse, we have Hawk energy coming through. We also have the Fox. Very interesting. And we have the Sun. Okay. So, pile number one, when it comes to your future spouse, I'm going to mention the elements that are on these cards. So, we have the Hawk, with the element of air. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius represented. We also have the fox with earth energy here represented. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I don't know why. Sometimes I just draw a blank. And then the sun card can absolutely be some Leo energy or fire, Aries, Sagittarius also, but heavy on the Leo. So as far as who your future spouse is, this is someone that is very intelligent. I also think that this is somebody that has a very optimistic view of the world. Like, this is someone who is always going to see the world, or their world at least, as, the glass half full instead of half empty. This is someone that is always on the go. I do feel like this is somebody that is very busy. This is someone that is very good at seeing all perspectives. So this is somebody that has a very open mind. They're able to at least try to understand someone else's point of view and try to put themselves in someone else's shoes. Even though I do think this is somebody who has strong beliefs and they are very strong in their own convictions, they are able to say, well, I can see where you are coming from. Even though I don't necessarily agree with it, we can bridge a gap and we can kind of figure out where the other is coming from. Your future spouse is someone that has a very sharp eye, I would say, for BS. Like, this is somebody who is almost like a little bit of a lie detector. Like, they know when someone is trying to play games, they know when someone isn't being fully honest. And I think that this is someone that wouldn't necessarily get into the drama of pointing it out, but this is somebody who's going to make note of it and kind of move on with their day. Or if they do call it out, they are at a point where, like, they know it's not true. They're not going to engage with it. They're not going to argue with it. They are ready to move on with their day. And honesty is very important to your future spouse. I do think this is somebody who is very intuitive. If I had to give this person a spiritual gift or a psychic gift, I would say this is somebody that is probably clairvoyant, so clear seeing coming into play here. I also think that your future spouse is somebody that is very good at seeing the bigger picture. They know what they want long term. They know how they're going to get there. I do think sometimes this person can struggle with the smaller details, or when it comes to having that detail to attention. Detail to, oh my God, why can I not think today? Yeah, detail to attention, right? Somebody's probably in the comments like, no, girl. But this person is somebody that is very good at the bigger picture, at figuring out what, like, they want and how they want to get there. Sometimes it's when they have to fine tune the details that they kind of struggle a bit more, but they know what their big picture is. They know what they desire in the end. I also think that this is somebody who is very good at shifting. So if they realize that something isn't going well, that something isn't what they thought, this is somebody who is very teachable. This is somebody who is willing to say, you know what, I need to realign. I need to change course. I need to correct the course even, without being stuck in their ways. But at the same time, this is somebody who is very grounded in their view of their own future, like their bigger picture, what they desire for themselves. That is something that they're very clear on. They may kind of adjust the path to get there, but I do think for the most part, this is somebody that really does know what their big picture is and where they want to be, 5 years, 10 years. This is definitely someone that would, for the most part, have like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. This is also someone that is very clear about kind of their retirement and what they want to do in the future. So all of those things, your future spouse is very clear on those things for themselves and where they see themselves going. And I think for this person in a relationship, they want to make sure that they have a similar outlook to the big things with their partner. That's something that they're looking for. And I also think that your future spouse is the type of person that understands that every single thing matters, that there's significance in every little step, right, that you need to take to get somewhere. So even though they may struggle with like those attention to details, they are definitely very good at knowing that there is nothing insignificant. I do think that this is someone that is very just appreciative of the world that they live in and the opportunities that they have. Like, again, this is somebody that is very glass half full. I also think that this is somebody that's very outgoing. For most of you, this person is going to be an extrovert. And this person, I said this earlier, but very smart, very intelligent. And this is someone who is going to be a very good partner. This is someone that wants to be a very good partner and wants to be there for their person. So they're going to be very supportive. They're going to be very intentional. This is also someone who is very funny. Like, there's something very funny about them. They can really get the crowd laughing if they needed to. This person would be good at like public speaking, though that's not going to resonate for everyone. But for some, this could be someone that does something for work where they have to kind of do some public speaking, is what's coming through here. I also think that your future spouse is very adaptable. This is someone that, again, if they have to course correct, if they have to realign, they're able to do that as long as they realize that it's something that has to be done. So again, not somebody that is stuck in their ways. This is also someone who is very charismatic and someone that, when this person loves you, they love you with all of their heart and they want the best for you. And I'm not just talking in romantic situations. Like, this is the type of person that is going to have friends from, from grade school even, or friends from high school that they're still in connection with, or they have these very strong connections that they build. They don't build those connections with just anyone, but once those connections are built, they're going to prioritize those connections to make sure that they're taking care of the connection so that it can thrive. I do think that this person is family oriented as well. And once this person commits to something, they are committed for the long run. They are committed for the long term. Your future spouse is also someone who is very intentional. And I do think this is somebody who knows exactly who they are and what they want out of life. And that is a guiding light for them. That is what kind of guides them and keeps them going forward, is their intention. And this is somebody that really comes across as like very happy. And even when they are in a bad mood, they can kind of come out of that pretty quickly. This is not somebody that is going to hold on to resentments either. This is someone that can absolutely let go and I think forgive, or even if it's not about forgiving and letting someone back into their life, they're able to kind of let it go and move on in that way. Yeah, that's what's coming through. All right, pile number 1. Let's get into it. So we're going to start by looking at the vibe of their message. So what is the overall vibe? What is the overall energy that they're sending you? I will be using the Unfolding Path Tarot for this specific group. All right, for my pile number 1s, what is the vibe their future spouse is sending them through this message? What is the vibe of the message, overall energy their future spouse is sending them? Let's take a look at what we have. Pile number 1, bottom of the deck, the Tower. Ooh, interesting. They want to shake things up. We also have the 6 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups. Some of you may know who this person is. That's absolutely coming through here. But as far as the overall energy that they're sending you at this time, the reason I say some of you may know who this person is because at the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower card. And that's all about kind of shaking up foundations. That is an energy that kind of shakes things up, right? It's unexpected, it's shaking things up. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is all about bringing something into balance, bringing something back into balance, I guess I should say. And it's about equal give and take, right? It's about I give, but I also receive. And then we move into the Queen and King of Cups, which the Queen and King of Cups would be divine counterparts, right? They are kind of made for each other. They are each other's better halves, if you will, even though obviously they are both whole people. They are each other's counterpart is the best way I could say that. So your future spouse is sending a message that is meant to grab your attention, and this message is meant to shake things up in some way. Now, for those of you that already know who this person is, it could be that you're undergoing a separation. It could be that you're no contact. It could be that you met, but things never really took off, but you kind of feel like this is someone that is significant. For those of you that have not met this person, they're trying to create some sort of shakeup in your life through this message that is going to lead to both of you connecting to one another. Overall, this message is meant to shake things up while at the same time bringing things back into focus. And this is going to be a very loving message because we have the Queen and King of Cups showing up here. So at the base of this message does feel very loving, very romantic even. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a romantic energy. And as far as the energy that they're sending you at this time, this is kind of very interesting because the energy that this person is sending to you feels like it's meant to kind of shake things up, but in a way that it brings things back into focus, back into balance, while at the same time, this person is really trying to send you love and just comfort and caring is what's coming through here. So this is a very interesting type of message. Let's see what else we have here. The Queen of Swords. Your future spouse is also sending you clarity. And this could be your future spouse's higher self, or this could be your future spouse themselves. It's going to depend on if you know this person or not, what type of message is coming through. So what do they want you to know about their life right now? Pile number one, what does your future spouse want you to know about their life? So what is something about their current energy that you need to know about? What is something that they're going through currently that you need to know about? There we go. All right, pile number one, let's take a look. We have the Five of Swords. Okay. We also have the Star card. Just wanted to make sure there was no parts being shown. Temperance. And with the Emperor. Wow. So we have all three majors representing their current energy. So when it comes to your future spouse, I do think that they are in a place where things aren't necessarily exactly where they want them to be, right? So this does feel like they are kind of going through a difficult time because we do have this Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Your future spouse is absolutely learning some lessons. This is a time where they're being tested, they're being challenged, there are some obstacles in their life. And whenever I see the Five of Swords, it's a card that really says, things aren't going my way and I'm doing everything I need to do, but there's still some troubles, there's still some things that are coming up. There could be a fear of failure, there could be some fears that are playing up in your future spouse's life at this point in time, and it's requiring your future spouse to take action. It's requiring your future spouse to build up their confidence through obstacles and through some level of hardship here. I do think for your future spouse, there are things that this person wants to manifest. And I think that you are one of those things. Whether they know you or not, I think this person is really being intentional about wanting their partner, wanting their life partner, even, right? Like they want to find their person, they want to kind of get started on this relationship, but there is almost like a little bit of it's not manifesting maybe in the time frame that they thought it would. And for those of you where you know this person, it may not be manifesting because of specific situations that have already happened in your lives. It could be, sorry, that fell. It could be specific situations that have happened in your lives as far as the connections. And the fact that the box where the tarot deck was in just fell, it does feel like that was a little bit of confirmation of like something unexpected happened. And for some of you, it's because you know this person. For those of you that don't know this person, it just feels like their life has been going through a shakeup that is meant to bring things back into focus, back into balance. I said that at the beginning for this person. This feels like somebody that knows what their bigger picture is, but they're very willing to kind of course correct or figure out a new path if they have to. And I think for your future spouse right now, what they're figuring out is, well, what I thought was going to happen didn't quite happen in the way that I thought. So this person is setting new foundations for themselves, and this person is having to rebuild certain areas of their life. And I think some of that has to do with relationships. So for those of you that know who this is, and there's a separation, there was a breakup, there was a no contact, you could be part of what they're trying to rebuild. You could be part of what they're trying to reconnect to. And one thing I want to say, if you know someone and you're just in a place where you know you would not give them a chance, then this message does not apply to you. This is for those that you know who I'm talking about. You are willing to reconnect with this person, or you are at least open to the idea. That would be a message that applies to you, or you don't know who this person is and they're going through something similar where they're trying to get their life together, but they don't know exactly, or it's not that they don't know exactly how to do that. It's they're trying to figure that out because they're in the trenches right now. It does feel like this is somebody that is all the way in it. They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to find their footing. And for some of you, if you don't know who this is, it could be that they like went through a breakup that really left them like kind of really trying to get themselves back into order. Or this could be somebody that is divorced. This doesn't feel super recent, but it does feel like it's something that they're still trying to kind of get themselves together from. And for others of you, it could be in other areas of their lives that they're also trying to kind of get themselves back into, I would say it's like they're trying to get back on the path, right? They're trying to get themselves together. And it's right now. See, there was a completion, the world card underneath there. There was a closing of a chapter. So for some of you, it's because you know this person and that closing of that chapter was with you, or it was a pause on a chapter. For others of you, it's something completely unrelated. But what they're trying to do right now, what they're focused on, is creating brand new foundations for themselves. Pile number one, let's take a look at how they already feel connected to you. So how do they already feel connected to you? And this is going to be whether they know you or not. How do they already feel connected to you? Pile number one. For my pile number ones, how does their future spouse already feel connected to them? And this question came from someone on Patreon, suggested to add this. So thank you. How does your future spouse already feel connected to you? Bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Cups. They feel connected to you because some of them know who you are and they feel connected to you in that way. Like they already know you, you've met, they have feelings for you, or they can imagine you being their future spouse. For others of you, they feel connected to you because even though you haven't met, they know that you are out there. They know that you are their person and that you are out there. They may not know your name and face, but they know that you exist and they know that you're going to be able to build a beautiful life together. And it's part of their dream to have this beautiful life with you. We also have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, they're connected to you because they dream about you. They know what they want. It's like you are their dream person. You are their wish fulfillment, and they are connected to you in that way because they're wishing for you. And I said this at the beginning, your future spouse is the type of person that has a lot of faith, that is very optimistic. So they know, they have this inner trust in themselves, in the universe, that you exist for them. We also have the Page of Cups. Wow. And the King of Swords. Pile number one, for some of you, even if you've never met this person, you are already connected to them where you are able to receive messages from them. You are able to really connect to their energy and feel their energy. For some of you, you may see them in your dreams. For others of you, you may feel downloads, like you may feel information that comes from your future spouse. And if you do, and you feel like you're crazy because I haven't met this person or I'm making this up, just know that they are very tuned in to your energy already. And they may not know who they're sending this messages to or this energy to, but they send this energy of, like, I am waiting for you. I am waiting for us to be able to get our lives started, to be able to create the life that we want. Because for this group, it really feels like for most of you, what you both want is more of a traditional, like, let's have a family, let's buy the house, have the family, have the pets, whatever that means for you. It feels like it's a very traditional, very, it's a very sweet desire that I think both of you have, especially your future spouse, where they really want to connect with you. They really want to live a life with you that is full of romance and love and possibilities. And I do think for many in this group, there is a desire for whether it's children or it's building some sort of foundation together. And your future spouse knows that you are out there. For some of you, it's because they've met you and they have these feelings for you and they can imagine you. And for some of you, this person knows that they may have messed up a good thing and they're trying to come in correct. For others of you, they don't know you, but they know you exist. They know that you are their wish fulfillment. And when they connect with your energy, they are connecting with the person that they desire, their wish fulfillment, and what it is that they want to manifest in their world. So let's take a look at what you are both working on at this time before union. And it could be one or both of you. I asked for both just because most of the time there is mirroring. But let's take a look at what is being worked on. I will do that again. The reason I do it on the side is because I don't want these cards to kind of blow over. But let's take a look here. There we go. For my pile number ones, what are they both working on before union? So what are my pile number ones working on with their future spouse before union? And this is just something that is being worked on in order to clear the path for union, I guess you could say. Let's take a look at what we have here. Pile number one, bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So there could be some beliefs that are being cleared at this point in time. For someone here, someone could be going through a divorce, and that is what needs to be cleared before this can take off, before you meet this person or before you can reunite with this person. We have the Eight of Cups, the Chariot, and the Two of Wands. So pile number one. Where did I get the two from? Pile number one. When it comes to what is being worked on before union, I don't think this is going to apply to many people, but I do have to put it out there because the Hierophant is here. I do think for someone here, there could be a divorce. It could be on your side. It could be on your future spouse's side. where they're kind of trying to either finalize and heal from it before they're in a place that they can move forward. And if this does apply as a divorce, just know that this is something that there's no feelings, there's no attachment other than there may be some legal things that are still being taken care of. But that's going to apply for maybe like one of you. And I think if that applies to you, you are aware of that. For others of you, what you are both working on at this time when it comes to how you are preparing for union, I think there is a lot of just choosing yourselves, loving yourselves, doing what is right for you, and going down your path, because you both going down the path of your purpose, the path of what you desire in life, is going to lead you exactly to that other person, right? It's going to lead you to your future spouse. And that is true for both of you. I think for this group, it's not so much that you have to do something differently or that something hasn't been done. I think for most of you, this is just you both kind of doing your own thing and going and living your life, right, to the fullest and making the decisions that you need to make for yourself. And eventually you are able to kind of join paths. It's almost like you are both kind of going down similar paths, and it kind of leads to each other where you are able to then cross paths with one another. But the biggest thing here is you are both in a place where you are honoring where it is that you want to be, and you are honoring what you need to do for yourself. So it does feel like for this group, you both are in a place that you are doing right by yourselves, and as a result, it leads you to one another. I will also say we do have the Two of Wands here. So one thing that is coming through is don't be afraid to step out of the comfort zone. So if you feel like you are being called to do something different, if you feel like you are being called to expand and explore something different, that could absolutely be something that you do that helps you meet, helps you reconnect or connect with your future spouse. I also think that individually you are both being challenged to step out of your comfort zones, to try something new, to go after your dreams, to make choices that may be a little scary at times, but that are going to honor your own truth, your own path, your own dharma, your own purpose. And look at that. Yeah, things are being shaken up. So if anything, pile number one, at this time, you are both working on responding to an inner calling, responding to what you are being guided to do. All right, pile number one, let's take a look at the kind of partner your future spouse is going to be for you. For my pile number ones, what is the kind of partner their future spouse is going to be for them? For my pile number ones, what is the kind of partner their future spouse is going to be for them? You know what? I'll take them. They wanted to come out together. We will honor that. The Six of Swords. Wow, the Ten of Cups. The Seven of Wands. The Six of Wands. And then we have the Four of Wands. Wow. All right, so pile number one, your person is going to show up for you. This is going to be somebody who's going to love you out loud. This is going to be someone who's not going to be afraid to show their love. This is not someone who's going to play games. This is not someone who's going to say one thing and do another. I do think that this person is going to be very intentional about showing you how they feel about you. This feels like somebody who's going to do like sweet little things. This is the type of person that's going to tell you that they love you and they are so lucky to know you and to have you. This is someone who's going to be very protective of you in the sense of like they are going to stand up for you. If someone is messing with you, your future spouse is they're going to speak up for you. They're going to stand up for you. I also think that this person has like provider energy. This is somebody that wants to provide for you. This is someone that wants to take care of you. This is someone that wants to make sure that you have everything that you need. I want to acknowledge that the Six of Swords is at the bottom of the deck here. Because I do feel like for those of you that know who this person is, this is completely different than their energy either when you met them or when you were already in a connection with them, because there's some sort of transformation to this energy. For those of you that don't know who this is, there's a very healing quality to this relationship where both of you get to be vulnerable, both of you get to be authentic in this relationship, and both of you get to be very intentional with each other. So this is someone that wants to make sure that anything that happened in your past is not repeated. This is someone that wants to make sure that you have everything you need and then some. This is someone that wants to make you feel seen, heard, appreciated. And this is also someone that wants to help you reach your goals, not only in the relationship, but individually as well. This is somebody that is going to celebrate your wins. They're going to celebrate the fact that they can be with you, that you are their partner and that they are your partner. I really do feel like this is the type of person that will come home with flowers, or this is the type of person that's going to plan surprises for you. There's something very sweet and very intentional about your future spouse. So pile number 1, what are they most excited to experience with you? What is a dream that they have that they cannot wait to have with you, to experience in your relationship? For my pile number 1s, what is something their future spouse cannot wait to experience with them? You know what? Let's do it that way. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. I guess woman in that case. We also have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Sun card. This is actually very beautiful because your future spouse wants to experience happiness with you. Your future spouse, it's not about this one big event for this person. It's about day-to-day life and the life that you are going to be able to build together. I also think that part of what your future spouse is really looking forward to is, again, that day-to-day life, those moments where you can just cuddle and relax and stay in bed together, or watch a movie, watch a show, read a book, whatever it is that you're into individually together. But also, it's what they're looking forward to is that partnership, that teamwork that you're going to have, that ability that they're going to have when they have you in their life, where they're going to be able to share with you their deepest inner thoughts and their plans, and you're going to be able to move together in the future as a team, right? That sense of we are both working towards this future together, and we are both building this future together. So that partnership, that teamwork. Also, I do think that this is somebody that wants to, at times, go out and go on adventures and travel together and have these experiences. But what they're most looking forward to is the happiness that you're going to experience together as you connect, as you plan for the future together. That's absolutely coming through here. That it's not just for your future spouse. It's really not just this one thing that they want to do, or this one event that they're looking forward to. It's so much more than that. It's, they have these very clear ideas of where they want to experience different things. It's not just about that one moment in time. It's about different things, right? And it's also going to be about having, again, that teamwork, that partnership, where you can connect to each other, communicate, and share yourselves. Because I do think that your future spouse doesn't necessarily share all of themselves with anyone. So I do think that's something that they're looking forward to, is being able to have like somebody that they can truly trust and somebody that they can truly share everything that they're thinking and planning with. So what energy will your future spouse bring into your life? What is the energy that they're going to bring into your life? How will their presence change or uplift you, or change and uplift you, right? All right, pile number one, let's take a look at what we have here. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We also have the Four of Swords, the Empress card, and the Seven of Pentacles. Pile number one, your future spouse is going to bring in a sense of peace and harmony into your life, where things are going to feel very centered for you, where it's going to allow you to almost like take a break. And for those of you where you are the person, you only have yourself to count on, you have to make things happen, you don't really have the support of someone else. Like, yes, you may have family members, you may have friends, but it's still up to you to be the responsible one, or maybe you are the responsible one in the family group, in the friend group, right? This person, your future spouse, is going to come in and they're going to make it so easy for you to relax, for you to take a time out. They are going to have your back. They are going to make sure that you are taken care of in every single way. So this is someone that is going to bring in a lot of peace, a lot of comfort, a lot of just harmony into your life. Their presence in your life is going to make it easier for you to relax. It's also going to make it easier for you to create the things that you want to create and for you to reach certain achievements in your life. So if there's things that you are working very hard towards, but sometimes you get exhausted because you may get sidetracked, because you may be responsible for many things, it's almost like this person comes in and they help lighten the load for you so that you can focus on specific goals or ambitions that you are working on at that time. So it's almost like they take a lot from your plate and they make it easier for you to kind of focus on the things that you do want to focus on. And I think that this person is going to make it so that you feel very at ease, so that you feel like you can tackle the world. So what is the message that they most want to whisper to you right now? And this is the heart of this kind of love letter that they want to send your way. What is the most important message that this person has for you right now? Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Change is afoot. There is a shift coming. There is change coming. We also have the Justice card. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Swords. Pile number one, I'm going to break this up into two messages because it's being broken up into two very clear messages for me. So for those of you that know who this person is, what they really want you to know, what they really want you to take away from this message is that they are changing. They have changed. They are going to bring in brand new energy. This person has been doing a lot of clearing, a lot of self-reflection. They have been preparing to come in with an offer. When they come in to your life, when they come back in, for those of you that know who this person is, they are going to be very intentional. They're going to have a very clear offer, and they're going to come in a very grounded, responsible way with very clear intentions that they're not just going to communicate through words. They are going to communicate through action. So this is someone, for people that you know who this is them saying, I have changed and I am going to prove it to you. And they're also saying that they're going to re-enter your life sooner rather than later. Like, I would think this is very imminent for this group if you know who this is. For those of you that do not know who this is your future spouse's higher self coming through and saying that they're currently in preparation of meeting you and that you are both going through the shifts that you need to go through to meet each other. There's things that are falling into place And this could be financially, this could be with career, this could be life in general. There's things that are falling into place that are going to allow for both of you to enter each other's lives. This is also really speaking to you will soon receive either clarity or communication, meaning that you are very, very close to connecting with this person. I would say this is weeks, maybe months out for most of you. For some of you, this could even be days out. And that those time frames, I would say, count whether you know this person or not. It feels like it's a lot closer than what you realize. And this is your future spouse just preparing to, I think at a higher self level, they are preparing to meet and connect with you in the sense of they've been doing everything they've been guided to do. And now it's getting to the point where you can connect with one another. Yeah, that Four of Cups. Yeah, for some of you, it's about, kind of having a new beginning. And even for those of you that don't know who this person is, this is your future spouse's higher self saying, like, I am preparing for this new beginning so that I can come your way. Let's take a look at the blessing of your union. So what blessings is this union going to bring for the both of you? What will your life together bring for both of you? I'm not going to grab them because I don't actually feel they wanted to come out. These cards are just kind of sticky. Six of Swords. We also have the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. So your life together is going to bring in a lot of shifts. It's going to bring in a lot of changes. I also think that your life together is going to be a life where there's going to constantly be growth. And this feels like individual growth, but it also feels like you both creating the life that you want in a very intentional way. That's coming through here. And I do think that this is going to be a healing relationship where if there's been heartbreak in your life, whether it was with the person that is going to be your future spouse, for those of you that already know this person, or with, just life in general, this relationship is going to bring in a lot of healing. And I think it's going to give you both that person that you can count on, that person that you can connect with. And this Four of Pentacles is saying that this is going to bring in a lot of security. It's going to ground the both of you. And it's going to give both of you opportunities to create a life together that is full of love, of security, of comfort, and of just having someone to rely on. So having someone to really sit with. And it's going to bring a complete transformation for the both of you. It's like before you meet and the after. Who you were before, the life that you were living before, and then after. It's going to be a complete transformation. So pile number one, let's see what we have here. I picked some cards from this new deck. Let's see what we have here. Overnight success, rapid rise, sudden recognition, unexpected breakthrough, all eyes on me. So I do think that for both of you, you are both very successful. I do think that this is also going to be a relationship where once you both decide what you want and once you both either meet for the first time or reconnect, I do think for most of you, this is going to move rather quickly. We also have safe space, emotional sanctuary, comfortable solitude, protected vulnerability. Here I am safe. And you both are going to be a safe space for one another, right? That's one of the things that came up during the reading multiple times is that sense of belonging, that sense of safe space for one another. We also have recharge, mental rest, emotional recovery, taking a break, come back stronger. So I think at this time, especially for your future spouse pile number one, this is a time where they're kind of able to recharge as they prepare for the next chapter of their journey. And I do think that in this next chapter, is when they're going to connect with you. And this could also apply to you, right? If you're feeling exhausted, if you're feeling burnt out, this could be spirit also giving you permission and encouragement to take this time out for yourself as well. Let's see what else we have here. Stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life, but this is also saying remain grounded, remain present, because this person is going to come in to the present moment. And for those of you that know this person and you're willing to give them another shot, you have to be present. You can't hold on to the past if you want this to have a fair shot. And then we also have soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. So this is a soulmate for most of you, or if not all of you. That is confirmation that this is either a high-level soulmate or a divine counterpart. And then I pulled 2 additional messages. These are meant more for you, but it could be about the connection. So first we have home. May your body be where a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives. And I also think that at this time, self-care, nurturing yourself, self-love can be very helpful. And then we have forgiveness. Hurt blocks out light. Very interesting. For someone here, at least for a couple of you, I do think you know who this person is. Again, that will only apply to you if you are willing to reconnect with them. But pile number 1, that is what I have for you. Let's see what your affirmation for the week is going to be. I welcome in my soulmate. I welcome in my soulmate as there's something about transformations coming in, and that's why I'm trying to incorporate that. I welcome in my soulmate as I move through this transformation. That is your affirmation. Claim it in the comments. But pile number 1, thank you for being here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It helps me and the channel out so much. Also, share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Don't forget to let me know what else you'd like to see next. Stay tuned for the next poll. It's usually up on Mondays, and it's going to tell you what is possible for the next week and what you can vote on for the next week. But again, if you have suggestions, drop that in the comments below. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Prince Philip and Sleeping Beauty card with the lovers, or I guess I should say the lovers card with Prince Philip and Sleeping Beauty. So I'm going to place that right over there. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown, which is time-stamped below. It's going to tell you everything that's going to be answered, and in the format it will be answered in. So I highly, highly suggest that you check that out. But to get started, we are going to start by looking at your current energy. And this is going to help you determine if this is the right pile for you. So if this doesn't resonate, try choosing a different pile. So we have Blossoming Abundance, Door to Romance, and we also have Angel of Love as your current energy. So pile number 2, when it comes to your current energy, this feels like a group where love is at the forefront. For some of you, it could be that you are already dating someone and maybe you already know your future spouse. For others of you, this feels like it could be that you are just prioritizing love, not only in the romantic sense, even though we do have that door to romance here, but it could be self-love. It could be, your platonic relationships. It feels like this is a time for this group where love is really at the forefront. And I think that for my pile number 2s, things are going great for most of you. And even for those of you where they're not exactly where you want them to be. Like things aren't exactly where you want them to be. You aren't getting what you want just yet. You are on your way there, and it feels like this is a time where my pile number twos are being very optimistic. This could also be the energy of someone who has decided, I want a relationship, I want love, so I am going to prioritize it and I am going to receive exactly what I want because I'm not going to accept anything less. Either way, this is badass energy, pile number two. And for some of you, what this is really talking about is you putting yourself out there more. So it could be that maybe you're still single and you haven't met your future spouse, but you have been very intentional about dating, about putting yourself out there, and about um, opening yourself up to experiences in love so that you are getting closer to what you actually want. And it may not feel that way for some of you, where it may feel like, I don't necessarily feel close to what I'm trying to manifest, but I'm also going to keep going. I do think for this group, for many of you, you are also really focusing on self love and on, really prioritizing yourself as well, because I think there's an understanding that the more love I can bring into my life, regardless of what that looks like, as long as it's love, then I get to receive more love. I get to be in the energy of love. Some of you are in a place where like you're really focusing on your relationship to self as well, right? Like that self-love, that self-respect, self-esteem, self-confidence, and really growing those parts of yourself. For this group, I do think for some of you, you are actively manifesting someone. So this could be like candle magic. This could be just affirmations. This could be meditation. It feels like for some of you, you are very actively trying to manifest your person in. And for those of you that know who your future spouse is, I do think that you're either already in a connection with them and things are going quite well, or you are headed towards that way where it's like you're still getting to know each other, but you are moving towards making it official. And for those of you where it is official, it's a very beautiful, healthy relationship at this point in time. For a few of you, what you are actually working on is on being able to open your heart to someone. So if you've been hurt in the past, because I'm being drawn to this image here. So for those of you that have been hurt in the past and you desire a relationship, some of you are doing the work so that you are able to accept the relationship into your life, because maybe you're still a bit closed off or there's a fear of getting hurt. Let's take a look, pile number two, at who is your future spouse. So we have the Phoenix. Ooh, okay. Goodness me. There we go. We also have the Buffalo. And we have the Thinking Man coming out for this. So when it comes to who your future spouse is, I am going to mention the zodiac signs that are correlated to the element on the card. For the Phoenix card, it is a spirit element, so all 12 zodiac signs are represented. For the Buffalo card, that's earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn being represented there. And the Thinking Man is very Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But they don't have to be any of those signs for this to resonate, even though the Phoenix does represent all 12 signs, so they're all represented. Um, but who is your future spouse? Pile number two. This is someone that is always working on something. I also think that your future spouse is someone that is constantly going through self review and inner contemplation. This is somebody that is very self-aware. This is someone that has a very clear sense of self. And this is also someone that is constantly trying to be a better version of themselves. So, this is not somebody that's going to be kind of stuck in their ways, or not someone that is going to not be focused on growing and expanding. Like, this person wants to learn something new. This person wants to be better and apply what they've learned. So, for my pile number twos, your person is constantly going through that cycle of transformation and rebirth. This is also someone that is very intelligent. This is someone that is very, for some of you, this person is going to be a bit of an introvert. I would say for most of you, this person is more introverted than extroverted. But this is someone that is also very intelligent, and this is someone that is very dedicated. Whatever it is that they are committed to, they are fully in, fully dedicated. This is also someone that is very patient. They are able to really work hard towards what it is that they're trying to create for themselves, and they're able to do so in a very methodical way, in a very practical way. And that's one thing about your future spouse, pile number two. They're very practical. They are very intentional, but also very practical in the way that they're going to go about it. So this is somebody who's going to plan for exactly the time that they need. This isn't somebody who's going to try to manifest something in an instant gratification type of way. This is someone that understands how hard it can be to create certain experiences and certain manifestations. So they really like to take their time with what it is that they're working on. This is also somebody who is very detail oriented. This is somebody that is very good at really seeing the finer details. And I think that this person is very good at like honing in and like zooming in to the finer details. I think this person is good with the bigger picture, but I think they are better when it comes to focusing on the smaller details and on like what is in front of them at any specific time. This is somebody that has a very active, a very balanced root chakra, and heart chakra is what's coming through. This is also someone that is very trusting in something bigger than themselves. So this could be somebody that has very strong spiritual beliefs. This is someone that is always going to be up to the challenge. So I do think that your person has lived through some sort of hardship, which, you know, at this point, who hasn't? But they're very good at rising to the challenge. They are very good at facing things head on. And this is not somebody who's going to pretend that the problem isn't there. This is somebody who's going to be very intentional about what they're going to do and how they want to tackle any problems that come up in their lives. This is also somebody that, I said this with the Phoenix card, but it keeps coming through. Somebody that has gone through a lot of life transformation. Somebody who has experienced a lot of transformation in their life. And I do think that this is somebody that has very strong spiritual beliefs. I'm kind of hearing prayer for your person. So this could be somebody that prays, somebody that has a very deep connection with the divine in some way. It could be different types of beliefs for different people, but that strong connection to the divine is coming through. I also think that your future spouse is somebody that is very grateful. So this is somebody who's going to be grateful for the opportunities that they have. They're going to be grateful for what they are able to accomplish in their life. And I do think that this is somebody that is very successful, because I do think this is somebody that is very intelligent and very, very intelligent about how they go about their work and finances. So this does feel like somebody that is very abundant and somebody that is going to reach a level of wealth in their life that is going to be pretty substantial is what's coming through here. I also think that your future spouse is very kind. I think this person has, for many of you, take this if it resonates. I think this person is going to have a smaller family, but they're very close knit. Like they're very close, but it may not be a very big family. For many of you, your future spouse is going to be the oldest or maybe even an only child, but they have more of like oldest sibling type energy. Like they're very responsible. They're very grounded. They're very practical. They're not afraid to take on more responsibility is what's coming through. For some of you, your future spouse takes care of an elderly parent, whether that is financially or like they offer some sort of support. That's coming through. Only take that if it resonates. They have a very big heart. Like this is somebody who cares very deeply for their loved ones. This is also somebody who is not afraid to create change and to walk away from something that isn't working for them, whether it's a job, a career, or even a relationship. Like they're willing to really walk away from the things that aren't working for them. And it's not to say that they're not going to try to fix it first, but if it's really not working and they know it's not working, they are going to be willing to walk away and to choose themselves. For some of you, there's something very stoic about their energy. Because this person has a big heart, but like on the outside, they come across as like so stoic, serene, put together. Like this person this isn't somebody who necessarily has like a temper or somebody who really shows their emotions to just anyone. They're very in control of themselves. All right, pile number 2, let's take a look at the vibe of their message. So what is the overall energy that they're sending you at this time? For my pile number 2s, what is the overall energy that their future spouse is sending them at this time? Let's see what we have, pile number 2. So we have the Queen of Hearts with the 3 of Swords. Embrace your pain and grief, for healing begins with acknowledging the hurt. In time, the storm will pass and your heart will mend. We also have the Page of Wands with Tiana, and it says, embrace your inner adventurer and seek out new opportunities. Your curiosity and enthusiasm will lead to exciting ventures. We also have the 9 of Wands with Li Shang. You face challenges with resilience and your strength is unwavering. As you near your goal, remember to push through one final time. And finally, we have the 4 of Swords with the Steadfast Tin Soldier. And it says, rest and recuperation are necessary for mental well-being. Take a pause to rejuvenate your mind and spirit, and you'll return stronger. Very interesting. So, pile number 2, the overall energy that your future spouse is sending you is one of healing and encouragement. So whether you know this person or not, they're really sending you a message that says, first and foremost, they want you to acknowledge anything that is happening in your life and anything that is coming up for you at this time. There's a message here to not bypass any experiences or any feelings that are coming up for you, but to instead embrace anything that is coming up for you. This is also really speaking to being in a place where you are able to acknowledge everything that is coming up for you, and being in a place where you realize that what you want is closer than what you realize. So for those of you where you don't know who this person is and you've been focused on love and romance and you've been doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, and it feels like it's still not happening. And there may be some frustration, but you're trying to be positive. You're trying to be optimistic. You're trying to like put your best foot forward. This is your future spouse's higher self coming through and saying, it is okay to be sad. It is okay to be heartbroken. It is okay to be in your feelings. And it is okay to acknowledge that you are not where you want to be. At the same time, your future spouse is encouraging you to keep pushing forward, to keep going, and to keep doing the thing, but also to take care of yourself as you need to. And one message that your future spouse has for you, pile number 2, is if you need to give yourself a break, please do so, because it's not going to create any sort of delay in you meeting each other. I actually think for some of you, if you were to give yourself a break and take care of yourself and put yourself first and do what you are being guided to do, it would actually speed things up, right? Because you both need to be in a place where you are able to receive the blessing that is coming through both of you connecting with one another. And a lot of what this message is saying for you, pile number 2, is in order to be there, in order for both of you to be there, you both have to put yourselves first. And you have to deal with this 3 of Swords, this 9 of Wands, and this 4 of Swords before you can get to this Page of Wands, right? It's the pain and the grief and the sadness and the frustration with that sense of like, I am exhausted, I keep going, but I'm not getting to where I want to be. And the sense of like, I'm not even resting. I'm kind of reaching a point of burnout. But those things need to kind of be dealt with or cleared in some form or capacity before you get into this Page of Wands, which is I'm ready to go on this adventure, and I'm ready to receive this new opportunity. I want to see what's at the bottom of the deck here. Temperance. Yeah, bring this into balance. Your future spouse's overall energy that they're sending you at this point in time is more balance. And this doesn't even have to apply to love, right? This could be finding balance in the way that you are going about anything in your life, right? Anything that is creating imbalance, anything that is creating exhaustion, frustration, and heartbreak. It's about bringing it into balance by bringing in more self-love, more self-care, and giving yourself grace, pile number 2. And I think that your future spouse is also saying that that's what they're doing for themselves as well. So what is something that you need to know about your future spouse's energy right now? What is something that your future spouse wants you to know about their life right now? So what is their current energy? What are they currently dealing with for my pile number 2s? Bottom of the deck, the 9 of Cups with Princess Elsa and Anna. Let's see what else we have here. So we also have the King of Swords with Prince Adam. We have the 6 of Pentacles with Aladdin. And we have the 7 of Swords with Mother Gothel. So pile number 2, when it comes to your future spouse's current energy, I do think that they are keeping in their heart and soul what their wish is. This is somebody that is being very intentional about what they're manifesting, and I do think that what they're manifesting is you, right? What they're manifesting is their life partner. What they're manifesting is what they desire. I also think that your future spouse is in a place where they're really looking within and they're really trying to figure out in their life where they need to create more space, where they need to create change, and what needs to stay the same in order for them to be where they want to be. We do have the King of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords, but I really want to talk about the 7 of Swords first. Because I think that where your future spouse is at with this King of Swords and the 7 of Swords combined is that they're trying to figure out. I'm getting 2 things here. I'm getting that your future spouse is trying to figure out what their actual truth is. And what I mean by what their actual truth is, I think they're trying to figure out, what do I truly want and how am I going to receive that? Because I do think that they have a wish for a relationship, but I also think that this person has a very busy lifestyle and they don't necessarily have the space in their life for what they want. So at this point in time, they are working on really prioritizing love and relationships. And I do think to some extent that is true for the both of you. I do think that you, my viewer, are in a place where you have already really done a lot of work to prioritize love and relationships, especially in the romantic sense. And I think that your future spouse is catching up to you as far as this person is really looking at their life and saying, where can I make space so that this can fit into my life? Where can I make space so that I can welcome in my life partner, my future spouse, the love of my life, right? They're really looking at that. I also think that this person is in a place where they're really opening their heart up to the knowledge that what they want is a relationship and a partnership. And I think that they're really reaching that conclusion that they are looking for their future spouse, that they're looking for their life partner. So I think that they're in a place where they're really intentionally making space for you in their life, and they're coming to the realization that they need to really make this a priority and that they need to make space for this to enter their life. For those of you that know this person and you're in a relationship with them, it could very well be that they're starting to plan out either an engagement or like moving in together, or they're trying to plan the next steps in the relationship. For those of you that know who this person is, but you may not be in a relationship with them yet, they're really clearing out, like they're really figuring out what the next step is. And it could be like, let me make it official. So wherever it is that you fall as far as your current situation, what this person is currently working on is the next steps, whether the next steps is creating steps or creating space to meet you, or the next steps are more about taking things to the next level in some way. Let's take a look at how do they already feel connected to you. So for my pile number 2s, how does their future spouse already feel connected to them? How does their future spouse already feel connected to them? For my pile number 2s. Bottom of the deck, we have the Star card. So this person knows that you exist. This person knows that you are out there. This person is wishing upon a star for you. We also have the Four of Wands with Ariel and Eric. The Judgment card with Fa Mulan. And we have the Ten of Swords with Dr. Facilier. So when it comes to how they're already connected to you, whether they know you or not, pile number 2, this person does have an idea that you are out there. They can feel your energy. They know what they want, and they know that that exists. Like there is almost a reassurance in this person's heart and soul that their person is out there for them. I do think at times you may be able to connect to one another and feel each other's energies. I also do think that on a spiritual level, your person's higher self does let them know that you exist. This does feel like a connection or a group that is going to have a soul contract with your future spouse. I also do think that your person is already connected to you through the wishes and desires that you share for the future together. And I do think that this person feels connected to you, and that is what's driving their, almost like their sense of urgency in creating change in their life in order to connect with you. So For my pile number twos, your future spouse is absolutely feeling this sense of, I need to get things moving. I need to get things going in order to meet my person. And they are kind of really moving forward in a very almost like fast-paced way, especially for them, because for, as I said, pile number two, your future spouse is somebody that's going to take their time, but it does feel like this is a priority for them at this time to really create forward movement and to create enough of a transformation in their life so that they can welcome you into the fold, right? Into their day-to-day experience. And this 10 of Swords, I think, is both of you are connected and both of you have experienced very similar things in life when it comes to childhood and relationships. I think that once you meet and connect with each other, what you're going to realize is there was a lot of mirroring in your experiences growing up, in your experiences in relationships. So if, as I was describing your future spouse, you were thinking that's me, it's because there's a lot that you have in common as well. And that's part of the reason that they can really feel your energy. So what are you both working on before union? What are you both working on before union? What is the growth that you both are focused on accomplishing before union here? For my pile number twos, what are they both working on before union? What's the focus before union for this group? Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, new beginnings, new opportunities is definitely something that is being worked on here. We also have the Tower card. I'm not surprised by that. The Magician and the Star card coming out again. So pile number two, as far as what you are working on before union for the both of you both are going through a little bit of a shakeup. You both are going through figuring out how to create more space in your lives for each other and figuring out what is no longer working in your life. So you may be going through a point in time where things are falling apart so that new things can come together. You may be going through a period of time where you are intentionally closing out chapters and cycles, whether that is through relationships or just, personal chapters and cycles. There's a lot of things that are like shaking up at this point in time, and a lot of faulty foundations are being highlighted for the both of you. I also do think that for the both of you, you may be going through just really questioning certain beliefs and really questioning certain experiences or certain relationships or certain things that are already in your life to figure out if they belong. Because for both of you, you are being intentional about creating space for one another. And this could be whether you know each other or not, right? It's, I want this, so how do I create time and space in my life to receive this? I also do think that you are both very actively manifesting one another. So you are both being intentional about manifesting the lives that you want and making the choices that are going to align you to the life that you want. And you're also really wishing for this. You're really desiring this. You're really calling this in. And this is a group where I keep getting a lot about prayer. So I don't know if it's you or your future spouse or both of you. There is a sense of like, I am praying for this. I am asking God, Goddess, the universe, whoever it is that you pray to, or whatever energy it is that you pray to. It's really the sense of like, I am really asking for this to come through and for this to be given to me. And I'm also following the steps that I'm being given in order to do so. And that could be like, I'm going on dates. I'm putting myself on dating apps. I'm letting my friends set me up, or I'm going out more with the intention of meeting someone while also making space in my day-to-day life for this to come in. So for both of you, you are very focused on creating the relationship itself. So what kind of partner is your future spouse going to be for you? Let's do that again. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. Much better. So pile number 2, what kind of partner is your future spouse going to be for you? What kind of partner is my pile number 2's future spouse going to be? I almost dropped all of them. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. I actually like that. Let's see what else we have. We have the Ace of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands. So as far as the type of partner that your future spouse is going to be, this is going to be somebody that's going to be very romantic. This is going to be someone that's going to wear their heart on their sleeve. I do think that your future husband is going to want to be, in love. Like, this is somebody that is actively seeking love, and you both are actively seeking love. You are mirroring each other in that way, in the sense of you both want to be in a relationship. You both want to experience love and connection. So as far as the type of partner your future spouse is going to be, this is somebody who's going to be very romantic, very sensitive to your needs. I do think that this is somebody that is going to be very good at picking up on the cues, but I also think that you both are going to have a good sense of communication with one another. I also think that this is somebody who is going to be very emotionally available and very emotionally in tune with you, as far as knowing, how to surprise you, knowing the things that you like, knowing the type of touch that you like, all of those things coming through here. I also think that your future spouse is going to be very encouraging. Like, this is somebody who is going to really encourage you to reach for the stars, to reach for everything that you want and desire in your life. This is somebody who's going to see you for who you are, who's going to accept you for who you are and appreciate you for who you are. You are this person's almost like muse. You are this person's like the light of their eyes, if you will. And I also do think that you both are going to have a strong bond together, where there's going to be a lot of love, a lot of attraction, but also friendship. We do have that Three of Cups here. So at the base of the relationship, you truly are going to have respect and admiration for one another, but especially for your future spouse, this person is really going to admire you for who you are. And this person is going to like really love to talk to you and to spend time with you. So it's not just the romantic aspect of it. It's just like, we just like to hang out. We just like to spend time together. And your future spouse is going to prioritize you and spending time with you and being with you and adventures with you. I'm really getting that this person is really going to be very, very attracted to you. So I do think that they're really going to enjoy like just spending time cuddling with you. And I think touch is going to be very important in this specific relationship as well. But like, you both have this undercurrent where intuitively you're very, very connected. Almost like you have a very psychic connection to each other. And I think you're going to notice that very early on. So what is something that your future spouse is most excited to experience with you? What is a dream that they have for your relationship? What is something that they really want to experience with you? Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles with Pocahontas and John Smith. We also have the Queen of Wands with Cinderella. We have the Knight of Swords with John Smith, and we have the Four of Pentacles with Esmeralda. So pile number 2, I think that your future spouse has a few things that they really want to experience with you. Some of that I think is day-to-day life. Like, I think that this is somebody who's really looking forward to being married and being in a relationship and having someone to come home to and having someone to share life with. I do think that's a big part of what this person is desiring and seeking is like that, just like domestic bliss, that day-to-day life, those things that maybe are not so exciting, but that they make up the grand majority of life, right? Like those more mundane moments where they can be magical if you allow them to be. That's something that your future spouse is really looking forward to, which I think is very sweet. Because, sometimes the focus is on like the bigger things or the trips and the traveling and the experiences. But this person is really looking forward to like those little moments. I also think that your future spouse is really looking forward to being with someone that they can just be their number one cheerleader, and being with someone that they can have deep conversations with. Because I do think, especially for my pile number twos, your person has such a very rich, deep inner world where they have so much that they want to talk about. They have so much that they want to explore, that they enjoy thinking about. And I do think that when it comes to intellect, you both are going to be very similar in your intellectual levels. I also do think that this is someone that really enjoys like philosophy and thinking about the deeper things in life. And I think that your future spouse is really looking forward to meeting their life partner and having those talks and having those moments of, we're sitting under the stars and we're maybe having a drink or some tea or whatever it is, and we're just allowing ourselves to explore each other intellectually, our ideas, our beliefs, our desires for the future, right? And where we're going to go in this future. But what I think that your future spouse is really looking forward to is those like really mundane, everyday moments where it's about day-to-day life and being together and experiencing life together and building that sense of security with each other, that sense of safety with each other. I think that's very sweet. All right, pile number two. Let's take a look at the energy that they're going to bring into your life. So, how will their presence change your life? Let's take a look. For my pile number twos, what is the energy that their future spouse is going to bring into their lives? Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. They're going to bring in a lot of love, pile number two. Six of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Four of Cups. So I do think that when it comes to the energy that your future spouse is going to bring into your life, it's going to be almost a sense of renewal, right? We have the Ace of Cups. I do think this person is going to help you see yourself. It's almost like they're going to give you more confidence. It's not that they're fixing you in any way, because I don't think my pile number twos need to be fixed. I don't think anyone needs to be fixed, actually. But it's like through this relationship, you gain more confidence and you gain more like a higher self view and a lot more self-love as well. I also do think that this person is going to be a soulmate, if not a divine counterpart type of connection. So they're going to bring in a lot of healing for both of you. Being in the relationship, being loved by one another is going to bring in a lot of healing into your life. I also do think that this person is going to bring in a sense of, I can do anything I want to do. I can do anything I put my head or my brain into doing. And they're going to encourage you. They're going to find ways to help you move forward. And this person is going to bring in a lot of hope and a lot of happiness. Pile number two. Like, that's absolutely coming through. Like, through this relationship, there's going to be so much happiness that you experience. And they're going to bring in a lot of support and a lot of motivation. This is your hype man. Like, this person is going to be a hype man for you. Where even if you're feeling like, listen, I don't like the way that I look today, or I don't feel so great today, or I don't feel like I can do something today, they're going to make sure that they hype you up, that they get you to see all of what you are and how beautiful you are and how capable you are. And they're really going to encourage you and motivate you in the best way possible. And I think you're going to do the same thing for them, pile number 2. So let's take a look at what is the message that they most want to whisper to you right now. What is the heart of this love letter? What is the most important message they have for you today? Let's do all 4. Bottom of the deck, the Moon card. This is actually seeming, we'll see. I'm not going to say anything till I see everything. Yeah, 10 of Wands. It's seeming very similar to the first message that came through. We're going to see what it is. Knight of Cups. 5 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. So pile number 2, what your future spouse wants you to know is that even though life may be confusing, even though you may be unsure of what exactly is happening, or you may be even frustrated that you have not connected with one another, and this is for those of you that have not met this person yet, your future spouse really wants you to know that they love you. This is your future spouse's higher self coming through and saying, I absolutely love you. And even though you may feel alone at this time, even though you may feel lonely, or even though you may be feeling a little bit hopeless about this connection and about this possibility of us finding each other, please know that we will find each other. Please know that I have so much love and respect for you already. And please understand that I am already on my way to you, and that we're going to have a beautiful relationship where we're going to have a family. We're going to leave behind a legacy. We are going to build the perfect family for us together. Whatever that means for you individually, that's what's coming through. Like, we're going to build this connection, this family, this legacy together, and it's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be worth the frustrations. It's going to be worth just the sense of not knowing, right? And all of those feelings that are coming up at this time. For those of you that may already know who this person is, they want you to know that they are closer to a resolution on something that is going on in their life, and that you're going to understand how much they love you and the plans that they have for you. And they want you to know that you are never alone, that they're always going to be with you. And if this person has caused any sense of disappointment or frustration for you, pile number 2, they want you to know that they're going to make it better. Let's take a look at the blessing of your union. So what will life bring for you when you are together? So when you are together, what will your life together bring? I'll take all 4. Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Page of Swords, we have the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. So your life together with your future spouse is always going to be about changes and shifts and transformations. You both are going to constantly grow and evolve together. Your relationship and individually, you will constantly be growing and evolving. I also do think that this relationship is going to bring a deep understanding of yourself and of your future spouse. So you're going to be able to understand yourself at a deeper level and understand them. Your evolution is going to be together. So you're going to grow and expand together. You're also going to be able to build a life of security, build a life that brings in a lot of success, especially financially. This is really kind of giving power, couple vibes, and it's also kind of really giving like financial success, that you both are going to have a life where you're going to have what you desire financially. You're going to have the house, the cars, the trips, all of that is going to be available to you. But what's most important is that your life together is going to bring a sense of peace and a sense of harmony, where you are both going to feel safe and secure within each other's company. And you're both going to be able to show your true, authentic selves to each other, while knowing that you will both always support one another. And the mental connection that you're going to have is going to be out of this world. There's going to be a deep understanding of each other and what you mean, who you are, and you're going to be able to share a lot of intellectual interest and pursuits together. And pile number 2, your communication in this relationship is going to be out of this world. Like, you're going to be able to talk about anything and really express yourselves to one another and explore each other's minds. I'm hearing bodies as well, but that's not this type of reading. That's coming through. Pile number 2, let's take a look at some extras that I pulled here. So I did pull some extras from this new deck, and we have status upgrade, new achievement, improved social standing, lifestyle elevation, next level. Yeah, I do think you both are very successful, and in the relationship, you both will find even more success together. We also have side hustle, multiple incomes, extra earnings, financial security, always on my grind. So it could be that you or your future spouse, or both of you, maybe you have multiple sources of income. I do think this is a group where, as your relationship expands and as you grow and as you build together, there's going to be passive income that you both have that allows you to relax more and spend time with each other more, because you're able to have like that passive income coming in. And then we have bag secured. Wow. So all 3 of these cards have to do with kind of money. Bag secured, achieving goals, mission accomplished, financial stability, got it locked. So yeah, this is going to be a very abundant relationship, not only in the financial sense, but especially in the financial sense. But I think mentally, emotionally, physically, you both are going to be very abundant in this relationship and very happy. Let's take a look at what we have. Well, I mean, here we go. Again, you've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. This is also speaking to, this is already on its way to you. So if you haven't met this person, or if you know them, just know things are about to level up and you've done the work, pile number 2. So this is going to reach you sooner rather than later. We also have time apart. Some distance will help bring clarity. The reason why you haven't found each other, right? Some distance will help bring clarity is because you needed to gain some clarity, some understanding before you could reunite or unite for the first time. But it's on its way to you. Then we have finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. So I do think the reason this hasn't come together before is because one or both of you has really been focused on career and finances, but I think that's why there's so much success here for the both of you, especially when you are in this relationship. But pile number 2, these 2 cards are for you. It could be about the relationship, or it could be advice for you at this time. So we have transitions. You have all of the inner resources you need to choose to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. And then we have assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. So pile number 2, don't be afraid to ask for what you need. Even if you're asking the universe, right? Really continue to ask for what you need. But pile number 2, that is what I have for you. Your affirmation for this week is, I open the door to romance. I open the door to romance, because I think that's all you have to do really, is truly open that door to romance. And there's really nothing else for you to do other than to allow it to arrive and to follow what you are being guided to do. So claim it in the comments. I open the door to romance. That is your affirmation for the week. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Those things help me out so much with the channel. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I do keep a running list. Also, stay tuned for the poll. Every single Monday, there is a new poll that decides what we do for the following week. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Lover's card from the Light Seer's Tarot. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning. It is timestamped below. It's going to tell you exactly what's going to be answered in this reading and in the format it's going to be answered in. So I highly, highly suggest that you check that out. So we're going to get started by looking at your current energy. And this is meant to help you confirm if you have chosen the right pile. So if this doesn't sound like you, or it doesn't sound like where you are currently at, try choosing a different pile because the rest of this may not be for you. But let's see here. So we have storm warning. Okay. We also have the thinking woman, and we have door to personal healing and happiness. So pile number 3, very interesting energy coming through for you already. So I do think that for my pile number 3s, you are probably going through a little bit of a hard patch or a very healing time in your life. This feels like there is a focus on healing. There is a focus on, getting to where you want to be, but it also feels like there's a slight level of either chaos or some things that are coming up that need to kind of be worked through, or maybe not that they need to be worked through, but some things that you are currently focusing on that you do want to work through. I do think that for my pile number 3s, this is a time where you're trying to figure out what's next. You're trying to figure out how you're going to get from point A to point B to point C. This feels like a time where there's a lot that's kind of being shaken up, and this could very well be emotionally. Things are being shaken up, or this could be in your life in general. There's some things that are falling apart, but this also feels like if there are things that are falling apart, it's so that better things can fall into place. For my pile number 3s, you could be dealing with a little bit of shadow work at this point in time, where there's some things that are coming up and you are questioning, how you want to move forward and how you want to approach these things going forward. That's absolutely coming through here. And I also think that for my pile number 3s, there's a lot of just trying to figure out, who am I? Where do I go from here? What comes next? And some of that could very well be due to the fact that there's things that you've been trying to manifest that you haven't quite received just yet. Or this could be that you are realizing that certain manifestations or certain things that you have been creating in your life either are not arriving in the time frame that you desired, or they have arrived but they don't feel right. There's something else that you want to focus on. So overall, this feels like a time of realignment for my pile number 3s. But at the same time, there's a lot of beauty that is waiting on the other side of this. And there's a lot of happiness that you are creating as a result. And I do think that if you are my pile number 3 and you're going through this, there is a part of you that really knows that, this is going to get better for me. And all this work that I'm doing now is going to lead me to healing and happiness. So it feels very intentional. The storm warning card is almost like tower energy in tarot. So it could be that it started very unintentionally. It could be that life itself happened and something kind of came out as a result of it, in the sense of something that you had to deal with, but you are dealing with it very gracefully, and you are taking almost like responsibility for everything that's going on. And there is this knowledge that even though this isn't something that maybe I started for some of you, it is something that is going to help me in the long run. And it is something that I'm going to take advantage of as I go through these shifts and changes in my life. And I do think for some, there's really almost like a life review going on, where you're being very intentional about where do I go from here, right? Like that again, what do I bring with me? What do I put down? What needs to slightly shift? But pile number 3, let's talk about who is your future spouse. So for your future spouse, we have the moth. We also have, the sea serpent. Okay. And then finally, we have the third chakra with Archangel. Is it Camuel or Chamuel? I believe it's Camuel. So, pile number 3, your future spouse. Let's actually talk about the signs that are represented in the card. So, for this card, that is the element of air on that card: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have the sea serpent, and the sea serpent in this deck represents spirit, so all 12 zodiac signs are represented. So as far as who your future spouse is, I do think that this is someone who is very creative, very confident. I also think that this is someone that is very enthusiastic. This person is very intentional. So this is somebody that has a very ambitious go-getter type of energy to them, but they have to be in alignment with what they are going after. So what do I mean by that? This isn't somebody who's going to kind of spin their wheels and spend their time investing time and energy into something that isn't in alignment with their heart and soul. For your future spouse, they need to believe in what it is that they're trying to accomplish. It needs to be something that is near and dear to them. They have to have some sort of attachment to what it is that they're going to be creating. This is somebody that moves quite quickly, and I do think that this is somebody that can be quite impulsive at times, especially when it comes to like making the move. If they feel that it's the right time to make the move, they're going to trust their gut, they're going to trust their instincts, and they're going to go for it. They're going to make sure that they are creating that positive momentum, that change, and that forward movement in their life. I also do think that this is somebody that is very constantly on the move, on the go. This person has, I said this at the very beginning, but very creative energy, very confident energy. This is someone that is constantly getting into something else. This is somebody that probably has a lot of hobbies, a lot of interest. For some of you, this person may play like sports as well. This feels like someone that sometimes has to be careful of burnout because of everything that they either commit to, or everything that all the projects that they try to like start and get into. I do feel like this is somebody who's always finding something, some sort of interest, something that they want to explore more of. And they're always working on a project. Like, even if this person is a homeowner, this is the type of homeowner that is always going to have something going on in the house, where they're working on like 3 different projects, whether it's, they're building something, they're fixing something. This person's energy is very, very like here and there and doing something. So they're quite like fast moving, fast paced. And your future spouse is someone that has a very sensitive soul. I do think this is someone that has a very strong connection to their emotions, and I think they also know how to express themselves in a very creative way. So for this person, they can have a very creative outlet, even if it's not something that they do for a career. It could be writing, it could be music, it could be an instrument, it could be painting, drawing, something along those lines. There's something very creative about this person that keeps coming through. And this is someone that is very glass half full. Like, this is somebody that is very optimistic. I think even at times, your person, pile number 3, may wish that life was more idyllic than what it is. Like, sometimes they do struggle with, the realities of the world, and I do think that this is someone that wants to make the world a better place. I would not be surprised if this is somebody that does something for, some sort of just like project or some sort of cause that is very important to them. Like, this could be somebody that goes out and feeds the unhoused population. This could be somebody that goes into like shelters and spends time giving their time and energy to a shelter, whether it's for humans, for animals. This is somebody that really cares, and this is somebody that is going to put their money and their time and resources where their mouth is. They're going to show up in the community. This is somebody who's going to be very active in their community. For someone here, this person may eventually go into like public office or like government, but it doesn't feel like they do it from a place of like, this is my career, this is what I've always wanted to do. It's almost like they fall into that because they're so intentional, and they become such a strong member of the community that it's almost like the right next step. Take that if it resonates. That's not going to be for everyone. I also do think that this is someone that really enjoys being in a relationship and being in love, and somebody who is very good at being in a relationship and being in love because they know how to prioritize relationships and love. There's something very strong about this person's voice or the way that they speak, the way that they use their words. That's coming through as well. Your person has been through many cycles. There's something very transformative about their energy that's coming through very clearly here. I will also say they have almost like a whimsical energy to them. And that's not how they lead, but I do think some people, especially you, pile number 3, if this is your future spouse, you're going to be able to see that side of them. This is someone that is very open-minded. This is also someone that really does not like stagnancy. So they're going to make choices. They're going to push themselves past their comfort zone to ensure that they're never stagnant. And I think that that's one thing that your future spouse really hates, is like that sense of being stuck or not being able to move forward in the way that they want to move forward in. It feels like that would be almost like their worst case scenario, is being stuck and being unable to grow and expand. And I do think this person has like a very beautiful orangey type of aura to them. And this person is always going through cycles. There's a lot of cycles that they go through, that they break through, a lot of transformation, very transformative cycles for your future spouse. Pile number 3, I'm not going to lie, this feels like this would be a very spiritual type of relationship. Let's take a look. So we're going to start by looking at the vibe of their message. So what is the overall energy that they're sending you at this time? So for my pile number 3s, what is the overall energy, the vibe of this message, or of their message to my pile number 3s? For my pile number 3s, what is the overall energy that their future spouse is sending them? All right, pile number 3, let's take a look. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? The King of Cups. So Your future spouse, part of what they're sending you at this time is a lot of love, a lot of comfort. I do think that they want you to know that they are present, that they are around you. We also have the Star card. We have the Five of Swords, and we have the Hierophant. So, pile number 3, if you are currently struggling, actually, we just did your current energy. So, I think part of what your future spouse's higher self, or for those of you that know this person, it could be their, their 3D self that is sending this message. But part of what your future spouse wants you to know at this time, and part of the overall energy that they're sending to you at this time, is very comforting. They want to send you their love. They want to send you their comfort. They want to send you their encouragement. So whether it's this person's higher self or it's somebody that you already know that you could already either be involved with, or you already know who this person is, their overall energy to you is one that is very healing. It's very loving. It's very encouraging. And your future spouse wants you to know that things will be getting better soon. And for those of you that have not met this person yet, you may be dreaming of them. You may be sensing their presence around you. You may be feeling their energy around you. Some of you could even be like maybe dreaming of this person or daydreaming of this person, whether you are daydreaming about the way that they look, or it could be more of just their energy around you. But it feels very comforting. And your person also is saying, do not be afraid to give yourself a break. Be nicer to yourself. Give yourself grace as you move through this time of transformation. That's something that your future spouse is really wanting to communicate at this time as well. And your future spouse wants you to know that you are both connected, that you are both already feeling each other's presence. And there's really a message here that things are going to get better soon. And there's almost a very gentle keep going. And your future spouse wants you to know that they're with you. They're also manifesting you. For those of you that don't know who this person is, and they're with you every step of the way, even for those of you that have not met just yet. For those of you that know who this person is, it could very well be that this person is very supportive of you at this time. So for my pile number 3s, what does their future spouse want them to know about what's going on in their own life at this time? So what is your future spouse's current energy? We looked at your current energy. We're going to look at what is going on with your future spouse at this time. Bottom of the deck, the 5 of Cups. Very interesting. All right, let's take a look. Strength card, Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man. So I think that you and your future spouse, pile number 3, are mirroring each other to some extent, because there is an energy coming through that for your future spouse right now, they're also grieving certain things. They're also going through a period in their life where there has been disappointment and where things feel a bit hectic, a bit chaotic, and things aren't too grounded at this point in time for your future spouse. We have that 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck there, and that's really speaking to just that disappointment, that grieving, and maybe even a little bit of a broken heart. And it could be that there's also things falling out of place and falling apart for your future spouse so that things can fall into place for the both of you together. With the Strength card, your future spouse is trying to put their best foot forward. They're trying to keep it together. They're trying to take the right next step, and they're trying to figure out what that is. So what is the right next action? What is the right next thing to do? And that is exactly what they are doing. At this point in time, your future spouse is figuring out what exactly it is that they want to explore, what it is that they want to focus on at this time. And they're in a little bit of a time of suspension. They're in a bit of like time, in a time where they're trying to figure out, where do I want to go next and what is right for me. That's why the Hanged Man is here, because they're kind of in a place of just like, not much is happening because they're trying to figure out their next move in order to make sure that they're doing what is right for them. So I think for both of you, you are in a place where there's a lot of just figuring out, what do I want to do next? There's a lot of healing, and there's a lot of, I want happiness. I want more happiness in my life. So where do I go from here? And I think for both of you, you're both figuring out like what exactly that is going to look like individually for you. And I would not be surprised if that is what leads you to one another in the next few I was going to say weeks, but maybe months. I don't want to give a time frame for everyone because I'm not necessarily getting an exact time frame. But your future spouse is really trying to keep themselves grounded and present so that they can respond to what life is throwing their way at this time. So let's take a look at how they already feel connected to you. So for your future spouse, how does your future spouse already feel connected to you? How does your future spouse already feel connected to you? And I will say, I think for this group, for most of you, you don't know who this is. Because I did get, for previous groups, it felt like some may have known who this was. For this group, it feels like for most of you, you don't know this person yet. So we have Judgment at the bottom of the deck. We also have the King of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Pile number 3. So your future spouse feels connected to you because they can feel your presence. They can feel that their person is out there. So this could be somebody that is thinking of you as like, my soulmate, my wife, my husband, my divine counterpart, my spouse. There is almost like this very clear understanding that they have someone out there and that they want to meet their person. So I do think that this is someone that knows that they want to be in a long-term relationship. I think this is someone that knows that they want to be married, and they have no doubt that you exist. They have no doubt that their spouse is out there, that their life partner is out there. So I do think part of the reason that, or part of the way that they already feel connected to you is because they trust and believe that your presence is out there. I will also say that sometimes I do think they can feel your energy, or at least they like to put themselves in a place where they like to imagine what you are up to. And this is actually very sweet because I don't think I've ever gotten this in a reading, but it does feel like your future spouse is someone that really kind of takes the time out from time to time and just likes to like either send you energy or send you prayer or send you good vibes. Like it feels like this is someone who's really actively taking a little bit of a step back and saying like, I wonder what my person is up to. And in that way, they are really like taking a step back and saying like, I wonder what they're doing at this point in time. Like maybe they're out there reading a book, or maybe they're out there having fun. So it really feels like this person is very intentional about connecting with you on a spiritual level, but also in it from time to time really just taking their like a time out to kind of think about you. I would not be surprised for some of you, because this person is coming through as very creative, if this person has like written a letter or done some sort of artwork or something creative with the intention that it's for their future spouse, even though they may not have met you yet, even though they may not know who you are just yet. For those of you, if there is somebody here that you already know who this is, they feel connected to you because they can recognize the bond that you share. And if you do know who this is, for someone here, there may be some sort of break in communication with that Four of Cups being there. But I think for most of you, this is somebody that is going to be new or somebody that you have not met yet. And if you met this person, pile number 3, for someone here, this is going to be like one person maybe. This could be someone that you know that has a crush on you, but they may not have said anything yet. So if you're listening to this and you're like, this sounds like so-and-so, like this person, it may be that person and they may have a crush on you and they probably haven't said anything yet. But I think for the most of you, this is going to be somebody completely new. So what are you both working on at this time before union? What is it that you're both working on to prepare for union? What is it that you both are working on to prepare for union? Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Yeah. Pile number 3, I think for this group specifically, what you both are working on is what you want to manifest and what you want out of life individually. For some reason, it feels like for my pile number 3s, for my viewer and for your future spouse, there has been almost like a realization that either who I thought I was or what I thought I wanted wasn't actually what I wanted or who I really am. And there is a realignment, there is a transformation, there is a shift going on. So for the both of you, part of what you are working on is really fine-tuning, where do I go from here? We also have the 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. Yeah, you guys are fine-tuning at this time. What does life look like from here on? What do I want? Not only romantically, but what do I want maybe as a job, as a career, in my finances? What do I want in my platonic relationships? What do I want in my spiritual reality? What do I want to experience more of? What do I want to close out? Like, where do I go from here? There's a big life review for this group. There's a lot of things that have either happened and it feels like it was out of both of your controls, or there are things that you have both initiated. But even if you initiated some sort of change or some sort of shift, it almost feels like a domino effect where it kind of did also lead to some other things happening in your lives that maybe you didn't necessarily or intentionally trigger those things, right? Like it feels like a domino effect for this group where there's a lot that has been happening. There's a lot that's been coming up. And right now, what you both are working on in order to prepare for union is figuring out what that's going to look like, figuring out what you want your life to look like. And as a result, you are going to make space in your lives for each other. And I do think pile number 3 that for some of you, what you are also working on before union is your worth so that you can accept this. Not that you don't deserve this, but you have to be able to accept this, right? It's a very different thing. You deserve what you want, but sometimes we can deserve what we want and it can show up in our lives and we are not in a place where we can accept it. So I do think there's a lot of healing in this group going on, and it could be shadow work. It could also be around finances and being in a place where you are more secure emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, and in other areas of your life. But there's a lot of just like fine tuning what the wish is, what the dream is, what the manifestation is, and then creating it, but also really being in a place where you can actually receive what you are asking for. Not because you don't deserve it, but because you may not be in a place where you can fully receive it. Or this could be about your future spouse as well. It could be about the both of you. Yeah, there's a new beginning here. So you're kind of going through an end. We saw that 10 there, right? So that 10 in numerology, all about completion, all about, closing a chapter and 1 plus 0 in numerology is 1. So those new beginnings. So what you're both working on is establishing this new beginning and establishing what this new beginning is going to look like for you so that you can then experience it, explore it, and welcome it in. So what is the kind of partner that your future spouse is going to be? What kind of partner is your future spouse going to be to you? For my pile number 3s, what type of partner is their future spouse going to be? There we go. Bottom of the deck, pile number 3, we have the Ace of Pentacles. We also have the Devil card, the Empress card, and the Six of Wands. So I do think this is a relationship where the physical connection is going to be off the walls, off the charts. I will be doing an 18 plus reading soon. It's going to live on Patreon. It's going to be free. It just has to live on Patreon, but it will be accessible to everyone. But this is a group where I do think that part of that connection that you're going to have, or part of like the way that you're going to really connect with one another, is going to be through the physical aspect, through the intimacy. That's absolutely coming through. But I also think that this Ace of Pentacles, Devil card, Empress card, and Six of Wands is really speaking to that this partner, this future spouse that's coming in for you, is going to be very encouraging, very loving. This is going to be someone that is going to believe in you, that is going to encourage you, that is going to motivate you. This is going to be someone that is going to celebrate you. Like, this feels like somebody who is going to be grateful that you are in their life, and they're going to really celebrate the fact that you are in their life. They're going to be intentional about telling you. I think this person, words of affirmation is going to be very important to them, of just telling you how lucky they are to know you, how lucky they are to be with you, how lucky they are to experience life with you. And I know that when we talk about unconditional love, especially in a romantic relationship, that's not always the case. And it's maybe rarely the case, right? That unconditional love, like in that way, truly exists. But I do think for my pile number 3s, there is a level of like, this person is really going to be there for you. They're going to have your back, and you're going to feel their love for you. Not that it's unconditional, because I do think that you're going to give so much love and so much encouragement to them, and they're obviously getting something out of it as well, because they love you and they want to be with you. But this is really someone that is going to continuously tell you how much you matter to them, and they're going to want to experience all of life with you. I'm almost getting like, this person will fight your dragons for you if you want them to. And I also think that this is somebody that can be respectful enough to know that at certain times you have to fight your own battles, and that all that they can do is support you. So it feels like they're going to be very very caring and very nurturing is the word that I would use here when it comes to you and the relationship. And I also think that this is a relationship where both of you are going to have a lot of fun. Yeah, see, I'm not surprised to see that there. The Sun card. Both of you are going to have a lot of fun, a lot of adventures. Both of you are just going to really enjoy each other's company. I get a lot of laughter here for this group. And I also think that this is a group where you're going to have a lot of similar interests. So a lot of what you are going to be able to embark on together is going to be things that you are both very interested in. So pile number 3, let's take a look at what is your future spouse most excited to experience with you? So what is a dream that they have for this relationship with you? What are some things that they want to, or what is the thing that they're most excited to experience with you? something that they're looking forward to experiencing with their future spouse, with you, their future spouse. Pile number 3. Let's take a look. Bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, 6 of Swords. What I think that they're most excited to experience with you is being in a relationship with you. This is someone that wants to be in love. This is someone that wants to be in a relationship. This is someone that has been manifesting you probably as much as you've been manifesting them, if not more. Pile number 3. I think that what your future spouse is really looking forward to, or a dream that they have that they want for the relationship, is to experience a healthy, loving relationship, is to have someone to be romantic with. I do think for my pile number 3 is this person is very romantic. This feels like someone who is going to be very classically romantic, right? They're going to set up the flowers, and they're going to think of the chocolates and the champagne and the dining out and the, like, this is somebody that really wants to experience romance. And I don't think that this person has always had a chance to either get the reaction that they want back, or to even meet people that they want to be as romantic with, or that they feel like they can show that romantic side to. So it really does feel like this person is really excited to be in the romantic relationship, right? The romantic aspects. Like, I do think this is somebody that's going to be able to deal with the day-to-day mundane task, but I think that this is somebody that also wants to be in a relationship where they can be romantic. You know, they can bring home the flowers, they can do the cooking, they can plan the dinners, they can also like play certain games. Like, I'm seeing like this would be somebody that would say like, hey, do you want to do like this game, or do you want to do this activity together? And I think that that's what your future spouse is really looking forward to, is someone to really be able to do those really special things for, but also to have someone to appreciate the special things that they're going to do, because this is going to be someone that's going to be very intentional. And again, it feels very traditional in the romantic sense. Like, this is going to be someone that is going to pull out all the stops in a very traditional sense of the romance, right? Sometimes people can be more practical when it comes to romance. This is someone that wants to do like those romantic gestures. It could be like, you know, rose petals leading up to the bedroom. Like, this person's proposal would be epic. Pile number 3, your person's proposal, I really think would be epic when it comes to how they would propose, or even the wedding, or just like how they would ask you to be exclusive. This is somebody that is going to be almost, I don't want to use the word theatrical, but it feels like they do want to like show off in a way, and they do want to make it like extra special. This is also somebody that's going to go all out for anniversaries. Like, this is the type of person that's going to get you like 10 gifts for the anniversary, or like they really show up for your birthday. They're going to go all out. Like, this person really likes being, they really like showing their love through expression and through what they do. And it's not going to be just about gifts either. It's not going to be just about like the things that they buy. I think they're going to be very intentionally romantic, and very classically romantic, in like a very traditional romantic type of way. Even if it's like, let me just send a text message that is very like sweet and like just creates anticipation for the evening. And it's not that this person is being fake, pile number 3. Like, I think that's just who they are. So what is the energy that they're going to bring into your life? How will their presence change or uplift you, pile number 3? What energy will my pile number 3's future spouse bring into their lives? Bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands. This person is going to bring excitement, joy, happiness into your life. Five of Cups, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, they're going to bring in a lot of excitement. They're going to bring in a lot of fun energy into your life. Pile number 3, they're going to shake things up in your life. Like, this is somebody who is really going to shake things up in your life. Once you meet them, once you are in a connection with them, once you are in a relationship with them, your life is never going to be the same. They're also going to bring a lot of healing. Like, they're going to bring in this new sense of renewal into your life, especially into your love life. They're going to bring a lot of adventure and spontaneity. Because I said so, this person is really quick moving. They're always thinking of something. They're always on the move. They're always trying to kind of get from one place to the other. And they're going to bring that sense of excitement and adventure and spontaneity and just happiness into your life. They're also bringing in a lot of strong emotions, but I think what this person is really going to bring into your life is going to be adventure and happiness and a lot of healing, especially with that Moon card and this Five of Cups being here. There's a lot of healing that this person brings. And pile number 3, if you are the type of person that you don't always make time for yourself or for fun, I really do think that your future spouse is going to come in and change that for you, where they're going to be very intentional about bringing in like excitement and like helping you put yourself first and helping you explore new things and new opportunities. I want to see what the message that they most want to whisper to you right now. So what is the heart of this love letter, if you will? What is the main message that they want to send your way? Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords, and finally the Eight of Pentacles. So what your future spouse wants you to know the most, or what your future spouse really wants to highlight at this point in time, is you are both going through a time of transformation, and you are both choosing where you want to invest time and energy and resources into at this time. Your future spouse is saying, please do not doubt yourself, trust the universe, that we are making our way to each other. Your future spouse also wants you to know that if you are still in the middle of this storm, if you are still kind of in the thick of it, your future spouse wants you to know that things will be getting better very, very soon, because this is your future spouse's higher self coming through. And your future spouse is saying, just focus on every single day, the present moment. Dot your I's, cross your T's, and continue to go down the path that you are going to, because it's going to lead us to each other. Your spirit team and their spirit team have been working very hard to make sure that you are able to meet, that you are able to cross paths, so that you can begin this journey together. Your future spouse's higher self is saying you both are being divinely guided. You both are going to meet up. You both are going to cross paths very, very soon, and it's going to bring in a lot of happiness. Leo season may be very, very significant for this group. I believe Leo season is it July? I believe it's July, August, because June, July is Cancer. I can't double check that, but Leo season 2026 can be very, very significant, or it could have been Leo season 2025 if you met somebody special. But I think Leo season 2026 can be very significant in some way. That doesn't necessarily mean that you meet them at that point. It could mean that you meet them before, but that can be a very significant time. And their message is to allow everything that is wrapping up in your life to wrap up, because that's exactly what they're doing. And this new beginning is what's going to lead you to one another. Trust yourself in the process, pile number 3. That is what your future spouse wants you to know, that you can trust yourself and you should trust yourself. So, what is the blessing of your union together when it comes to this relationship? What will your life together bring? For my pile number 3s, what is the blessing here? What is the blessing of this union? What is this blessing going to bring? Bottom of the deck is the Temperance card. Then we have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So this union for the both of you is going to bring in a lot of balance. It's going to bring in a lot of excitement. It's going to bring in a lot of love. I also think it's going to bring in a lot of support, right? Because we have the Nine of Swords here, and because we have the Temperance, Queen of Wands, and Ace of Cups, I think the Nine of Swords is here really speaking to, this is going to bring in that sense of support. It's going to bring in everything that you have dreamed of, or everything that you have both dreamed of that maybe seemed impossible until recently. This relationship is going to bring both of you a lot of inspiration for the future as well. It's going to help you both connect in a way that is going to show you that you are not alone, and it's going to show you the path that you are going to go under or go down together. It's going to bring in a lot of ease for the both of you as well, because we have the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. So I think this, as a result of this relationship, both of you have a lot more ease that you experience together. And I also think for the both of you, you both expand each other's worlds, in the sense of your future spouse is going to show you a lot about their interest, and you're going to show them a lot about your interest. So it's going to expand how you view the world for both of you. All right, pile number 3, let's take a look at what we have here. So booked busy, productivity high, full schedule, no time to waste, success on the calendar. So I do think that you both are very busy, but I also think this is a very busy time for the both of you. Shadow work, facing hidden fears, exploring darker emotions, accepting imperfections, meet your darker self. I do think this is a time where both of you are individually going through some shadow work. And as you wrap this up, you get to the other side of where you want to be, which for most of you is going to be able to meet one another. Then we have brand new, fresh beginnings, reinventing yourself, new ventures, watch me shine. Yeah, this is a group where there's absolutely a transition and a transformation that you're both undergoing at this time. Let's see what we have here. Vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. And that's going to be part of what's beautiful in this relationship, is that you're going to be able to be fully vulnerable with each other and receive that love and acceptance. Patience. Everything will unfold in divine timing. And then, healing old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. I think you're already doing the healing. I think you're being asked to be a little bit more patient, because this is closer than maybe what you think, but I do think that you both are still working through some things individually. Let's take a look here at what we have. So we have the unknown, knowing the unknown. Yeah, so there's things that aren't super clear right now, leaning into what that is. And then finally, we have radical self-love. We can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. So pile number 3, I think something that you can really focus on at this time is self-love, self-care, and giving yourself what you need and what you deserve, and allowing this to find you. Pile number 3, your affirmation for the week I move through the unknown with confidence. I move through the unknown with confidence because right now you are going through a few things that are very like unknown, that are very unclear. But as you move through this with confidence, you welcome in love. You welcome in this opportunity. And this is a time where a lot of this healing that you are doing is going to benefit you individually so much, but also you and this upcoming relationship so much. Pile number 3, that is what I have for you. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Those things help me out so much, so thank you for doing those when you can. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Let me know what else you'd like to see next. I do keep a running list. Also, stay tuned for the poll. It's up every Monday, and it decides what the next pick a card reading is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.